A craft night with friends evening here. As you can see, I'm on location at my parents' house again this Friday. So we are going to be making zipper pouches. I got all of the stuff here. Last night we prepped our zippers. I wanted to show you how to lengthen and also shorten a zipper. So we shortened this one and we lengthened this one. So that is, we're gonna actually make the pouches tonight. I don't know if we'll get them both done, but we'll give them a try. So thanks again for joining me here. My name is Alyssa Thomas from Penguin and Fish, where we make cute embroidery kits for beginners. And I'm here every weeknight at 8:30 p.m. Central Time. Thank you guys again. We got our new embroidery of the month here. The Feeling Good embroidery. I delivered mom's to her by hand, so she likes when I ship that way, when I just bring it to her. All right, so let's get going on these zipper pouches. I want to try and get as far as we can on them. I also want to do those boxed corners on the one tonight, so I'm hoping we can get to that one first. So all right, let's get going here. I'm going to be using my mom's sewing machine as well. Okay, so this is my mom's machine. It's a Bernina, way more advanced than mine, obviously. Although this one's probably, this one's probably almost 20 years old now, too. So this one isn't super young anymore either, but obviously a way more advanced machine than mine. So that's always kind of fun sewing on someone else's. Hi, Christy. Hi, Irene. Thank you guys for coming over here. So the first thing I want to do is kind of show you the zipper foot. So I thought we'd change to that tonight. Oops, let me snip that. Okay, so let's do that first. Oh, that was easy. I was wondering if it'd be hard to change her feet. So here, here's how the Bernina ones, at least for her machine, work. They just pop on and off, basically. So here's her normal foot that she uses. This is probably her 1/4-inch foot. And now here's the zipper foot. So you can kind of see there's a gap on this side and a gap on this side. That's for the needle, so you can get right up next to the zipper when you stitch. See, so the needle would go right there. And the reason there's one on this side is if you happen to sew on this side, you can actually change it to go on the other side. So this has dual sides. That's why it's different on both. So this is like your typical zipper foot. There's usually a way to go on either side. So I thought we'd use this tonight, which means we will be getting closer to the zipper than usual, or than what's usual for me, I suppose. We're going to get there how a normal person would do it. We will switch back to this guy when we sew the whole thing together, though, I think. So, all right, let's try and get this on. So zipper feet are still a little bit different. So this one's different than mine in the sense that the sides they're on the sides. On mine, they go in the middle, and I can decide. So we have a problem. You can see right away here that the needle is still going on in the middle. But luckily with this machine, I just have to press, I think, the needle over. I just got to get it over so it's far enough over to go in that hole. And there we are. So that's what we're going for. So we're going to use this left side. I move the needle over, so now it fits within that hole, and now we're good to go. So that's the zipper foot. All right, I would like to sew this the short one first, because I want to show you guys how to do these boxed corners. So I'm going to try and work here. I'm not going to be moving around like how I normally do, I don't think. Although maybe we can go a little bit more like so. Okay, let's try that. All right, this is going to be that super duper tall one, right? So I need to start out with a front and a lining. So I'm going to just move the other front and lining out of the way. Okay, so what we want to do here, oh, look, here's my mom's leader and ender quilt underneath her table here. We are going to start with the lining, and on the edge we want to sew, we are going to put the zipper right side up. So the lining is right side up, the zipper is right side up, and then the outside is going to be right side down. So we need to line all those up, and I think I am going to throw a little clip on there. I got my mom's little box of colorful clips. So let's just take a look at this again. Yeah, so right there. I'm actually going to open the zipper a little bit as well, just so we can get started. There I have my little stopper edge that we made the other night. That's the one that I made and then we cut off. This is the shortened zipper. So that's going to go on an edge, and then these two little guys here, the stopper over here is going to go on an edge. And then let's get the top on and all lined up. I'm going to start clipping right here, just because that's all lined up nicely. Ooh, this is going to be fun. I'm going to be able to get right up against that zipper foot, or against the zipper coil now, because I have the zipper foot on. I haven't done that in a while, since I can't really put one of those on my machine, or I don't have one. I suppose there's one out there somewhere. Ooh, this is a little bit a different width than my lining, it looks like. I'm going to just try and stretch it a hair. That's probably not super smart. Ooh, Amy, I got loads of Chad sightings. So Chad the kitty. Okay, now you all are gonna witness Chad, because I gotta I got my camera out here. Oh, and look at my dad did a time lapse of watch this. They're doing monarch. They're like catching monarch butterflies. Watch that. Crazy, right? Ugh. All right, so we got, and then he let them out today too. So these guys were waiting, and we got to let them out with my mom and dad. So isn't that neat? Okay, you guys are just gonna all see my photos. Let me go find some Chad ones quick. Oh, there's a good Chad kitty. Kitty. There we go. Gotta see Chad. So anyway, there you go. My pretty little kitty cat. He came right away. We got to hang out with him all day. That good kitty. All right. Oops, lost that one to the floor. Okay, let's do it. So remember, I do have this, the zipper pull right here. So that's super annoying when you do zippers, having that zipper pull in the way. So we're gonna sew just a hair, and then when I can, I'm gonna get that zipper, I'm gonna pull it back up and out of my way. So we're gonna go through all these 3 layers right here. And now since we have the zipper foot on, we can get right up close to the zipper coil. So right up, so you can see it. I'm right next to it here. All right, let's give this a try. Ooh, okay. I want to put my mom's machine. Okay, I put her machine in the needle down position. I think that'll be helpful. Okay, I got to remember how to use her stuff here. All right, so she has a needle down position. I don't know if you guys can tell, but the needle down on some of these more modern machines, that means it will always stop in a down position, which is awesome if you want to like turn a corner, or you don't have to like just try and press the pedal just right to get it in down, like how I have to on my machine. It just goes down perfectly. So, ooh, okay. Sorry, you guys. It seems like we're like in and out here a little bit. Okay, good. Connie, you're here still. Thanks for jumping on. If I'm like intermittent, I'm sorry about that. It seems like it's going in and out a little bit. Okay, I'm gonna get my stiletto here too. But I can, you can kind of tell there's a little hump right here. That's the zipper. So I'm right up against the zipper. I could not do that with the normal foot. See, I'm the foot length away. My needle would be right here, not right up against it like how it is there. So, all right, we're good. Let's keep going along the edge here. We're gonna go a little farther, but I'm approaching the, Ooh, I'm approaching the zipper pull, which is no fun. So now with the needle down, I'm gonna reach under here and shimmy this up. And it should be easier. There we go. We got it way up there now. Now it's out of my way. But it should be easier with the zipper foot than my normal foot because there's not a bunch of bulk holding that that zipper in the way, the zipper pull in the way. All right, we're good. Let's just keep going. Again, I'm right up against that zipper coil. Ooh, I didn't check my stitch length. I think we're fine. I guess I'm not really right up against the edge here, but I'm sticking to the being up against the zipper. So that lump is from the zipper is still there. Ooh, I wonder, we're gonna top stitch this right away too, I think. Yeah, you know what? I am gonna top stitch this. Ooh, let's go backwards a little bit. I'm gonna do this a little bit different than what we did last night because I don't have an iron. Like I'm trying to stay within right here, so I'm gonna try and do this without an iron. Ooh, that's kind of. There we are. All right, so let's top stitch this right away, which we can. So, all right, there, we're much closer to the zipper this time than I was before. I guess I'm not right up against it, but I'm pretty close. So we're not gonna have as much zipper exposed. So let's pull both of these forward a little bit, and I wanna get that nice top stitching on here. So theoretically, I could iron right now, but I'm gonna just try and do this without ironing. Let's just pull the bottom and the top so they're nice and taut. And I think we can still use the zipper foot for this. Interesting. So, you know what? I think I'm gonna pop back, well, gosh, I almost think we should move the, we're gonna do this. I'm gonna move the needle all the way to the other side. So this is kind of weird. Normally I would put the other side on first and then top stitch, but I'm gonna try and do it with the zipper foot here still. Okay, I think I gotta get this thread going the other way though. So I mean, a lot of times these zipper foots all look like a hair different, but theoretically they kind of function the same. All right, so I'm going about a 1/16. I'm going a little bit bigger. I think I want to go smaller. Going about, actually I'm probably going to align it with my edge here, and then I'll just be in like a, there, just trying to move over a little bit. I'll be in just like a 1/8 of an inch, or I mean like a 32nd of an inch to 1/16. So this is just, this will help hold this fabric in place, but it also is a nice decorative top stitch. But it does have a purpose. It's holding this down. Ooh. And I shouldn't have to move, well, you know what? Maybe I do have to move this out of the way yet. Let's get it out of the way now. There we are. Ooh, come on, guy. All right, I think we made it. Back tack a little, forward. Oops, there, if I hit backwards on my foot pedal, then it goes in the up position. All right, so there is our first side. There we go. Oh, yes, Amy, you're right. This doing a top stitch keeps the fabric from getting caught in the zipper as well, because it'll stay in place, especially on the lining. It holds the fabric down. See, the zipper pull is never going to catch that because it's tacked down. All right. But you can kind of see we are much closer to the zipper than I was a couple nights ago, right? So that's the difference between a zipper foot and just a normal like 1/4 inch foot. We can get right up in there. All right, so that's one side. We got to do the same thing to the other. So let's here's our lining. So I'm going to go upside down this time just to make it easier. So lining is in the upward position. Zipper is in the upward position. I do like doing this top stitching now before moving on to the next thing, because then all of this fabric, it stays out of my way. Like it's not going to want to bunch up this way anymore because I've tacked it down with that top stitching. Okay, so lining up that edge. Come on, there we are. Okay, and then wrong sides together for or right sides together, but the wrong side up for this. And I'm trying to align the edges. I don't think I'm super accurate on that with the last sewing. I think it kind of moved a little bit, but doing my best to keep the side edges lined up. All right, scooching on down. I do like using these Wonder Clips for this. Ooh, wow, see, I'm way far off here. Theoretically, we might want to trim that. I'm trying to stretch out these seams a little bit. We probably did not do... another one lost to the floor. I probably didn't do a very good job at my original cutting of these, but... Ooh, and that's coming apart. Eee! Hopefully we're okay. Put a clip right on there. All right, let's just do our best. I can always trim this whole thing down. I'll probably actually just sew with it, and I can trim it later. So we'll have a little bit skinnier thing, but I think we'll be fine. Oh, now I got to put my needle all the way to the other side again. That's kind of abnormal. I mean, I'm just trying to do the top stitching right after this. Normally, you know, theoretically, I'd change back to a different foot, but I guess this is fine doing it this way. I just have to remember to move that needle over. Again, on mine's a little bit longer, and I have to either go on this side or go on this side. I have to actually, my foot is wider, but it actually has two parts where it clips in. It'll clip in over here or clip in over here, and that'll determine if I'm on this side or this side, because I can't move my needle over like you can on this machine. So this foot is designed for this machine, basically, so it knows that you can just move the foot over. My machine, doesn't know that. So they're all slightly different for whatever machine you have. All right, so this is kind of pushing the fabric down a little bit as I sew, which is good because then maybe we'll even out a little bit once we get over to here. Pull on it a little bit. Curious to see how this ends up looking with the zipper foot. I think it's going to be nice and clean and crisp. But all right, I think at this point I'm going to try and shimmy my my zipper pulled down out of the way again. Ugh. Past there. If it's too hard to get the needle past, take the whole thing off the machine. The zipper foot, or these not the zipper foot, the zipper pull. If that's too hard to get past, just take it off the machine and then get it out of the way, and then keep going. All right, there we are. Okay, let's do that top stitching right away. So that means I got to move my needle. Ooh, come on. Move my needle all the way over there. Okay. Oh, I got to flip the lining. Flip the lining underneath too. Zip this back up. Actually, I think we're going to flip it around this way. There we are. Again, normally I'd probably press at this point. Let's get you out of the way. just to like make sure that underneath one is out of the way, and we're not really well lined up at the end here again, but I think that's just how it's going to be. All right. I'm going to zip this back up as soon as I get past it a little bit, because it's just going to be easier without it flopping around. All right, so I think right now, there we go. Now the whole thing's a little bit more solid. Just pulling on that lining and pulling on the top a little bit. There we go. This top stitching is going through a lot of fabric with some of this quilting, or these blocks that we made. That's why it's kind of stopping sometimes. All right, looking good. All right, we're gonna take off that zipper foot now. We are done with that. So, ooh, I think I did one side a little bit wider. We got a little bit wider on some of these, some spots, but generally, as we got to the bottom, that's looking pretty good, nice and centered. But definitely not nearly as much exposed zipper, which theoretically is what the whole point of using a zipper foot is. I mean, this is what people want their zippers to look like. However, I do like sewing without a zipper foot, then I get a little bit more of that colorful zipper tape. But anyway, so there's the zipper. Next up, I am going to do that, putting this all together. And you know what? I think I'm going to try and get you guys up a little bit higher so you can see that here. So bear with me. Okay. So this is where we fold it in half. Oh, the most important part, though, of this part of the process is open the zipper. 100% the most important part at this step. You are going to be in a sad position if you don't open that zipper. You won't be able to turn it inside out later, or right side out later. So, all right, this is where we do our kind of little origami fold. At this point, we're like flat like this, but now we need the two fronts to be right side together, and the two backs, or the linings, to be right side together. So we're kind of folding it kind of funny, right? And this, remember, this is my super tall bag, so it's goofy. Like, it's weird to have a tall bag like this, but that's what we're going for. All right, so the first part I'm going to do is I'm going to put the feet together, or the ends of the zipper together, and we want the oh, wait, how did we want that? I think we wanted the... Oh, see, this is the part that I always mess up. So we want the ends of it to go, yeah, like that. So we want the tape part, the tape edge, to go towards the lining piece, because you kind of have to fold the zipper, because we're adding like thickness to it. It's like an inch thick. We want to actually fold that and we want to fold it so that the edges of the tape, not the coil, should be pointing this way. The edges of the tape should be pointing towards the lining. So I'm going to kind of line up those pieces there and throw a clip on there. I can't ever quite remember which direction to put these in, but I think this is right. All right, let's grab our clips. You can see how poorly I've lined these up, but we'll just make it a little skinnier. All right, so that side, I'm going to do this side right away too. Again, let's fold our zipper so that the tape side is going towards the lining. I think I might have to sew this with like a 1/2 inch seam allowance. So I'm off center, so I'm gonna just like make a bigger seam allowance. Oh, sorry, I missed that comment. They could just kind of fade away. Now would be a time to add, labels. Oh, that's true. And handles and straps. Amy, great point. So, and we're gonna do a little bit of that with this other one. I don't know if we'll get to this other one tonight, but this other one we made a pocket, so we want to do all that beforehand. But you're absolutely right. This is a great point, a great time to, as I'm pinning this, I would put like a little label in here, or you can even sew like a nice bigger label onto the inside. Yeah, if you wanted straps or anything, now is the time that you can add all that stuff. Okay, so here's our lining. So I might actually, since this is so wide, I might actually leave my hole to turn this right side out here. Normally I would do it at the bottom, but I'm kind of tempted to do it a little higher. I think it'll just be easier to turn it out inside out on this long side. I mean, you'll be able to see my little stitching of it later, but I think that'll be fine. Who cares? I think actually having this sewn all the way at the bottom, we're going to make box corners for this, and I think having this sewn shut will be helpful with that. So yeah, okay, Amy says I agree. So yeah, I'm going to leave one of these little side bits open. I think I'll do it on this side. So I'm going to let's just put a double clip at my opening. That's a double clip, not to hold anything, but just as a reminder, like, hey, this is where you're going to leave this open here. Okay. And I mean, these aren't going to be all lined up perfectly, but it's going to be good enough. As long as I'm sewing through all the layers, then we'll be fine. So I'm just kind of starting at the top by the zipper. Just getting a few clips in there. This might be more clips than I need, but I think in general we're fine. All right, shimmy sham up to here. Oh man, so I could be lining up these seams and stuff too, but I'm not going to bother with that. If those end up lined up, lovely. If I was being real serious about this, I might line up all those seams perfectly, but I mean, I barely cut these perfectly, so. This is going to be just thrown in my other bag anyway, so it doesn't need to be perfect. So now this is the front. So this we're going to sew all the way around. I don't have to leave a gap. I just need that one gap on the other side. Whoa. All right. I think I'm going to get up. I think I'm going to start from the top here again, near the zipper, and go down. All right, last one. You can see I got quite a bit of an overhang here, but we're just gonna sew a bigger seam allowance. Okay, so I'm gonna start. This makes me feel like I need one here. Okay, so here's my gap. I'm gonna start on this side, go all the way around over the zipper. Over this zipper and then back, and then we'll stop here. And this is the hole that I will turn this whole thing inside out. And that's why I needed the zipper open, because I need to get my hand to turn the rest of it inside out. So very, very important. Keep the zipper going. Oh, Amy says this is going to be so cute. Oh, I hope so. So this is, again, kind of wacky, right? Like we're making, oops, sorry. Let's, I'm going to get you down to the sewing machine again here. Actually, why don't we just stay right here? Because we're going to be keeping on working over here too. All right. Oh, I don't need the zipper foot anymore. Which means I got to find what I did with the other foot. Ugh. Foot. Oh, it's way up here. There we go. So I'm going to pop this off, and that works differently on every machine as well. But once you know for your machine, then you know. Once you know, you know. There we go. Back to the nice 1/4 inch familiar foot. All right, let's get rid of these guys. I'll just put them right back, oops, right back in here right away. So I might, this will be, you know, a less than perfect seam allowance. Ooh, oh, whoops, ah! Okay, glad I didn't break the needle there. I gotta put the needle back in the middle. Is that the middle? I think this is the middle. 1, 2, 3, 4. Actually, I think right here we are. Okay. All right, we're in business. That's such a weird thing for me because I don't have any machines that I can move the needle like that. So it's not something I think about. Hey, Bonnie. Oh, this is kind of funny for me not leaving a gap at the bottom. I don't usually do that. But again, because of the weird shape of this piece, I think it's going to be better for us. Ooh, you guys, we get to do the boxed corners next. I'm pretty excited about that. So that's really what I wanted to do. That's why I did this one first tonight, is this one we're going to do those boxed corners. And again, differently than what I did the swan one. So the swan ones, I pre-cut out the little corners. This one, I'm not. There's kind of a couple ways to do it. And ooh, this machine just hums. Isn't it funny? It sounds totally different than my machine, doesn't it? Oops, I was going to put these right in here right away. Okay, I'm gonna get the little stiletto here. That helps me out. Okay, and look at how far off I am here. So I'm just gonna kind of aim over to here. Ooh, Catherine says I hate breaking a needle when I change the feet. Yeah, so that's not even in my realm of thinking because I can't move the foot over like that. So my foot's always gonna be theoretically okay. Luckily I didn't press real hard with the pedal. Otherwise, yeah, we would have busted that needle, and I'm not sure I know where to get more needles in my mom's sewing room. Ooh, what kind of weird, oh gosh, that's horrible cutting there. Luckily, we can clean all this up by just sewing straight and hiding that seam allowance on the inside. There we go. So that's what's so nice about the needle down feature is it's always going to be down and I can just pivot wherever. And I can just start up right away too. It saves time, that's for sure. All right. Almost there. This is our last side. Uh-oh. A little stuck right here. Come on. There we go. That's a big chunk of seam. Oh, I'm so happy that I'm using these blocks that were just kind of hanging out in my basement. All right, I might need to help that guy along. All right, we're good. All right, I'm getting to the double ones here. Oops. I'm gonna have to go and pick up all the clips that I've flung everywhere tonight. All right. So we are sewn around. So now if I was not doing the box corners, I would clip my corners and then turn this inside out right now. However, we are doing a boxed corner. And how we do that here is we're going to do some of that origami stuff again. And by that, I just mean we're going in a different dimension. Right now we're flat. What we're going to do is pull this up on its side. And I'm going to actually pull the two pieces we have to do this for every corner. So the 2 here and the 2 on the top as well. But I'm gonna fold these out like so. And we're actually gonna align this side seam with this bottom seam. So we can only do that by kind of poofing it out like this, right? So it can be a little tricky. If you do it the way that I did the swan, where I've pre-cut those little squares out, it'll be really easy to line these seams up. I'm gonna actually try and open the seams. I think that'll be, you know what, I kind of think I should trim these corners first too. I'm gonna do that. We'll do them one at a time. We are gonna need a little ruler here too, I think. Oh, I have, there's a little ruler on this sewing table here. Let me see. No, so I'm gonna just aim you guys a little bit down lower. I can see my, right there, there's a little ruler here. So the trick is we want these all to be the same distance. All right, so I'm lining up my seams. I think I'm gonna flatten the seam as well. There we go. All right, so we're kind of making a triangle. As the more we poof this out, the more triangular it gets. And what we're gonna do is, once we know we got these seams together, you can kind of feel them together. Then you got this 90-degree angle here, and you're gonna just measure in like the same amount on all of these. And you know what? We are gonna just go for it and not measure, I don't think. Here we go. Let's do the length of one of these, which I think is about 1 inch. Yeah, so these are exactly 1 inch. So let's go like right here. And theoretically, I would get a ruler and I'd draw a line. I'd measure my inch and then I'd draw a line right down there. But you know what? Let's just score it. Okay, you guys, I'm just totally gonna sew. We're gonna see what happens. Oh, I suppose I could line it up here. Okay, I'm gonna line up the point on like this part that it says 25 here. Oh, and if you wanna make it a certain width, I think it goes like, if I want this to be 2 inches wide, like a 2-inch little bottom to it, I have to make it a 1 inch on each side. So if I have like 1 inch here and 1 inch here, I should have a 2-inch base or so. So I think we'll probably have around a 2-inch base. I'm just kind of winging it here though. I'm gonna line it with, kind of with the end here. Oh, I should back tack. So this is like the origami part, right? It's weird. We have folded this in 3D, not our 2D world anymore. All right, so let me show you what this is gonna look like. All right, we've squished those seams together and sewn it right down the side. So now if we pull it back to the 2D state, we have kind of pinched the edge here, right? So we've made a about a 2-inch base here, the start of it. We'll actually cut this triangle off, but let's do the other side. So again, let's poof this out, and there now you can kind of see the base develop. All right, now let's trim this end. That was helpful. Trim that triangle out of the way. I mean, I'm not going into the seam, but I'm right next to it. And poof this out. Try and align the seam from the bottom with the seam on the side here. We're kind of forcing them together. I suppose you don't have to do, you could do like one to the left and one to the right, like you're nesting the seam. Let's try that. All right, so by lining up those seams, these triangles, if you flatten them, will automatically go to like the nice 90-degree. All right, now I'm gonna lay that new flat triangle on here, and I'm gonna try and do that same distance. Again, you would probably measure and do a nice 90-degree angle there. I'm just gonna wing it again for that like 1 inch sort of deal about. And if these are a little crooked, who cares? It's gonna be fine. But for perfection, you would definitely want to measure so you're the same distance from the seam and you're perfectly 90 degrees with your actual seam. But there we go. We have a little base going for us here. So if you set it up now, you can see that it's kind of standing. I'm going to actually go ahead and cut these corners away because that's just extra bulk. We do not need that. And all right, here's a big scissors. So make sure you don't have any extra fabric in the way. And now we're just gonna snip those right off. And that will finish our little kind of square corners there. So we gotta do this on the front side as well, but then that's it. Then we turn it right side out and we sew up that lining hole that we made and we're done. I suppose we'll trim off the ends of these too. We'll do that later though. All right, this might be a little bit more difficult because I got all these seams happening here. Let's do that one last. This one maybe looks less scary. All right, let's trim the corner. Ooh, I'm very excited to see this. So by making it wider at the bottom though, you are scrunching up the distance on the side. So this is no longer gonna be like 7 inches wide. It's probably only gonna be like, I don't know, 4 inches or so wide. Because we've used this extra bit to go wide instead of to go deep instead of keep the width. So you do have to consider that when you're, if you're trying to make this for a specific object, for example, which I sort of am, but I'm just kind of hoping that it'll end up being the right size. I have this new tripod that has a light on it that I want to start using, and I just have it in my normal computer bag that I carry around with me everywhere. I'm hoping it will fit in this. Because right now it's just hanging out alone. Okay, I'm trying to match these seams, but there's so much bulk from the quilt block that it's hard to know if I'm aligned. Okay, I think we're good there. Okay, let's try and flatten out. If we're a little off, it's just gonna look a tiny bit wacky. We'll be okay. Oh, they're starting to do fireworks. I can hear them. All right, same thing. I'm gonna just line it up to the end here and we'll just see what this ends up being like. So again, it should be that about 2 inches because we're going about an inch away. This does not feel straight. Okay. We'll be fine. All right, let's do the other side and call it a day there. Ooh, yeah, these just, there we go. Don't wanna bubble apart here. There we go. Get those seamed line. Oh, I forgot this every time. There we are. I'm just going sideways versus opening them up. I think it's just faster. Good enough. This I need to make sure it's spread out. Okay, we're good. Ooh, that's a lot of seam. Get in there. All right, that felt good. Let's trim off these corners. Basically trimming off part of this quilt block here. There we go. And trim off this side. Thanks again for joining me here, you guys, and thanks for all your embroidery of the month orders. I definitely appreciate that. We'll be stitching that up in a couple weeks. All right, we have all the parts. Oh, let's trim off. We don't need this extra zipper stuff. That's just gonna be extra bulk. We can completely cut those off now. Look at all these threads. There we are. Okay, so remember that hole that we left in the... I'm going to get you guys up higher again so you can see. There we go, but the hole we left in the lining right here, I'm glad we did it in the side. I think that worked well. So I'm going to go, ooh, it's just maybe not quite big enough for my hand. I'm going to just, so my hand's through the zipper now, so I needed that zipper open. And let's pull this through. Let's see, what can I use around here to push out these corners? I don't know. So I'm going to turn this all the way right side out. I think I'm going to just give it a little shake. Okay. There we go. Oh, look at the corners. They look so cute. All right, I'm going to try and get my hand in there to push them out. But there we totally have like these box corners here. Oh, this is so long and weird and skinny. It's a bag for a specific purpose. It's just funny. All right, I'm going to try and actually get my hand in here this time. Contort it a little bit. There we go. All right. I just want to get in here to really kind of push out these corners. I think that's looking cute though, but it totally made that boxed effect, didn't it? I think that's just really nice. So we got to do it on both sides. We did it on the front, and here it's in the lining. Actually, the lining we don't have to poke out because we actually want to poke it back in the other way. So I'm not going to mess with pulling those right side out, but we do need to close up this seam now. I don't want the corner being in the way, so I'm going to push it down out of the way. Oh, Amy says looks good, so I want to see it all zipped up. So let's do this last little step, closing the hole, and all we do is kind of pull on either side of it, and we just need to flip the raw edges to the inside and sew them shut. But it's helpful to just kind of hold either the end of that seam, kind of fold them. They're being a little awkward here. There we go. Look, come on. All right, let's just start, and I'm going to line them up as I go. So I'm just going like that 1/16 of an inch or so away. Back tack a little. What's helpful too, I like getting the stiletto down in here. And holding it taut helps a lot. There we go. And we'll just get right up along that edge. This is closing the seam. This is another good opportunity. You could put the your label, if you have one, in while you close this up. Ooh, that's rough, but we got it. Oh, Marie, yes, hang out with your brother. That's awesome. We are just finishing this bag up. Where did I get all these loopies from? All right, let's trim all of these up. I think we'll probably just leave it at this bag tonight. So some other time we will have to finish up the one with the pocket, but that should go pretty quick. All right, we got to stuff the lining into the piece, which is always kind of funny, I think. So we just stuff it down in here, and the box corners of the lining should pretty much line up with the box corners here. Oh, this looks great. I'm going to just shush it, flap it out a little bit. There we are. So here we go. Here's our top zipper. I can push that out a little bit more probably, but all in all, our zipper's in there. Can do it shut, so it's not boxed at the top. I suppose that's something we could look into, but we got the box at the bottom, so what that makes it makes us have like a thicker bottom. So if you're putting like a wider thing in your bag, then having a wider bottom is a nice way to do that. And we got this funny little box corners on our tall, crazy bag here. This would be good this is probably just the height of a bottle of wine. This would be a cute, like how Jenna said that she wrapped a gift in a zipper pouch. You could put a bottle of wine in here and that'd be a good gift for someone. All right, you guys, this is fun. Oh yeah, this is for that light. I don't even know if it's gonna fit in here, but I think it will. I think it'll just fit. This is so I can put that, I have a light that's a tripod that's just kind of like a cube when it's not in use. It folds up kind of neat. And I wanted it to just be with me in my bag so I can try and start using it. And I wanted like the cords, there's a couple of cords like the charger. I was hoping I could just put that with it. So now I can just throw both in here. It's kind of tall still, but I can just kind of tuck it under and it can just sit up in my bag. And what's nice about it being tall is that I can leave it in my bag, and instead of having to dig down and take it out and unzip it, I can just unzip it right from my other bag, go in and get it. And so one reason why a shortened little zipper on a long pouch like this is just fine. I mean, it's kind of crazy looking. I'll show you in a sec here. But this is great. So then another time here's our lengthened zipper. So you just basically treat this like the zipper. You just keep sewing along the side. So it'll be a little weird because you won't be able to push your zipper foot right up against, you'll be able to put the zipper foot right up against the coil, but you won't be able to, anymore once you go further. So you'll have to pay attention to your seam allowance there. But other than that, you just kind of pretend that your zipper extends on either side. And that's what's happening here. And we'll finish this at some point. So we've created another unfinished project, but this is that one that has that pocket in. So you would just place the pocket where you want. And remember, we've top stitched the pocket. That hole is still open here, but you place your pocket and then just go around the 3 sides. And as you go over the bottom, it will close up your gap. So that's the only difference here. The only addition we're doing on this one. But yeah, you just treat this lengthened zipper like how you would a normal zipper. And, it'll just be opening in this little spot. So that's going to be a kind of goofy thing with this. But yeah, another work in progress thing. But that's fun. That'll be a nice quick one. All right, let me show you guys what this looks like in real life, and then we'll call it an evening here. All right, hello again. Okay, so let me back up a hair. Here is, like I said, it's kind of wide. You could actually press this or steam it or something and get that nice edge in to get like that real square edge. But there you can see we got that square bottom here, looking real nice. And on a normal sized pouch, it would be way cuter. It'd be like like that, more of a cute little box pouch. But there we go, little zipper on top. This is gonna house that little tripod. And we used up a quilt block, a random quilt block that was just sitting in the basement. So I feel good about that. So one finished project done here, and then that other one won't take ages. It'll probably take a half hour or so still. Maybe a hair longer, but I feel good about it. So we'll pick that up on some Finish It Friday sometime. We'll finish that up. So awesome, you guys. Thank you again. Have a fabulous summer weekend. And I will see you again theoretically Monday. So I think I'll see you again Monday. So I know it's the practiced holiday or the observed holiday, but I think I'll probably hop in on Monday. I'll let you know if I don't. So, oh, thanks, Debbie. Yes, it'll be my birthday on Tuesday, so I'll be here for my birthday. I won't be here. I'll be live with you guys. Oh yeah, and then on Monday, next week, I'll be back on Facebook as well. So Facebook and YouTube again. So thank you guys again. Again, have a lovely, warm and beautiful summer weekend, and I will see you next week. Good night. Oh, what's next week? Next week will be um, the Granny Square quilt. So we're working on the back, and we're pretty close to done. We just kind of have to. We're kind of playing around with it. We're trying to make it like chop it up and make it a little bit more interesting. But I think we're still gonna have to put some sort of big border on. So we're just putzing with the back. Oh, it'd be awesome if we could get the back done next week because it'd be great to be able to sandwich this quilt up and kind of get that done and out of the way. Okay, it's awesome. Have a lovely evening. Good night.